Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture. Today we will be discussing augmented reality and virtual reality in museums and heritage sites, an important topic under technology in heritage tourism. In the digital era, museums are no longer just spaces where objects are displayed. They are becoming interactive environments where visitors can experience history in immersive ways. This lecture will help you understand how technologies like AR and VR are playing a crucial role in this transformation. Let us begin by clearly understanding what we aim to achieve in this lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to define AR and VR and explain how they function. You should also be able to differentiate between these two technologies in terms of their features and applications. Further, you will analyze how AR and VR enhance visitor engagement, improve learning outcomes, and contribute to heritage preservation. Finally, you will critically evaluate their challenges, limitations, and future potential in heritage tourism. Let us start by reflecting on how museums' experiences have evolved. Traditionally, museums visits were passive. Visitors walked through galleries, observed objects, read labels, and moved on. This model often limited engagement, especially for younger audiences who are used to interactive digital environments. Today, visitors expect more. They want to interact with exhibits, explore stories, and experience history. For example, instead of just seeing a sculpture, visitors want to know how it was made, how it looked originally, and what story it tells. This shift from passive observation to active participation is driving the adoption of AR and VR in museums. Augmented reality or AR is a technology that enhances the real world by overlaying digital content onto it. This digital content can be include text, images, audio, animations, or 3D models. For example, when you use your smartphone in a museum to scan an artifact and see additional information or a reconstructed version, that is AR. A very practical example is museum apps where you point your phone at a painting and see layers of interpretation, such as the artist's technique or hidden details. AR is powerful because it doesn't remove you from reality, it enriches what you are already seeing. Virtual reality or VR is a completely immersive technology. It creates a fully digital environment where users feel as if they are physically present. When you wear a VR headset, you are transported into a different world. For example, you can walk through an ancient city like Rome or explore a historical monument as it existed centuries ago. VR is especially useful for reconstructing lost heritage or allowing access to places that are difficult to visit physically. It creates a sense of presence which makes learning more impactful. Now, let us clearly differentiate between AR and VR. AR enhances the real world by adding digital layers, while VR replaces the real world with a virtual one. AR is more accessible because it works on smartphones and tablets. VR requires specialized devices like headsets, but it provides deeper immersion. In simple terms, AR allows you to see more, while VR allows you to be there. Both technologies complement each other in museum applications. Museums are undergoing a digital transformation. They are digitizing collections so that artifacts can be accessed online. They are preserving fragile objects by reducing physical interaction. They are also attracting younger audiences through interactive technologies. For example, many museums now offer digital kiosks, AR apps, and VR experiences. This transformation is making museums more engaging and relevant in the digital age. So, why are AR and VR becoming so important? Because today's learners are digital natives. They are used to interactive content, videos, games, and simulations. Traditional methods of displaying information may not engage them effectively. AR and VR turn learning into an experience. For example, instead of reading about a historical event, you can experience it through VR. This makes learning more engaging, educational, and enjoyable. AR has several practical applications in museums. Visitors can use mobile apps to scan exhibits, access detailed information. Artifacts can be displayed as 3D models, allowing visitors to examine them closely. AR also enables storytelling, where objects narrate their own history. For example, scanning a fossil might show how the creator looked and moved. This makes the experience interactive and informative. Let us consider a real scenario. Imagine you are looking at a damaged statue in a museum. With AR, you can see a digital reconstruction of how the statue originally looked. This helps you understand its artistic design and cultural significance. It bridges the gap between what exists today and what existed in the past. Now, imagine wearing a VR headset. You are suddenly inside a historical monument. You can walk around, observe details, and explore freely. For example, you could experience how a palace looked during a royal era. This immersive experience creates a strong emotional and intellectual connection with history. AR and VR significantly enhance education. They support experiential learning where students learn by doing. They improve memory retention because experiences are easier to remember than text. They encourage active discovery where learners explore and interact. For example, students can explore a virtual archaeological site instead of just reading about it. AR and VR improve accessibility in museums. People can explore museums remotely without traveling. This is especially useful for people with disabilities or those living far away. Content can also be provided in multiple languages. This makes museums more inclusive and globally accessible. Now let us look at an important role of AR and VR in museum: preservation of heritage. Many artifacts in museums are very fragile. They can be damaged due to age, environmental condition, or even frequent handling by visitors and researchers. This is where technologies like AR and VR become very useful. First, they help in digitizing artifacts. Using 3D scanning and imaging, objects can be converted into digital models and stored safely. This ensures that even if the original object is damaged, its digital version is preserved. Second, these technologies help reduce physical handling. Instead of touching or closely examining real artifacts, visitors and researchers can explore digital versions. This helps protect delicate materials. Third, AR and VR can recreate lost or damaged heritage. For examples, ruins or broken monuments can be digitally reconstructed to show how they looked in the past. Visitors can experience these reconstructions through VR. So, overall, AR and VR play a crucial role in preserving by protecting original artifacts, reducing damage, and ensuring that cultural heritage is preserved for future generations. Now, let us look at how AR and VR are transforming storytelling in museums. Traditionally, history in museums is presented through written descriptions or labels. Visitors read information, but often it is difficult to imagine the full story behind an object or event. With AR and VR, storytelling becomes much more immersive and engaging. Instead of just reading about history, visitors can experience it. They can see events unfold, hear sounds, and visualize how people lived in the past. For example, using VR, a visitor can witness a historical event such as a royal ceremony or an ancient marketplace. They can observe the surroundings, listen to conversations, and feel as if they are part of that moment. Similarly, AR can bring objects to life. A simple artifact can display animations or narrations explaining its history and significance. This type of storytelling creates an emotional connection. Visitors do not just learn facts, they understand the context and meaning behind them. So, AR and VR transform storytelling from static information into dynamic, immersive experiences, making history more engaging, memorable, and meaningful. In India, the use of digital technologies in heritage is steadily increasing. Many heritage sites now offer virtual tours, such as the Taj Mahal, allowing people to explore them from anywhere in the world. Museums are also adopting smart technologies like AR and digital displays to enhance visitor experience. In addition, government initiatives are promoting digital preservation and accessibility of cultural heritage. These efforts are helping to make India's rich heritage more accessible, engaging, and protected for future generations. Globally, many museums are adopting AR and VR. They offer virtual tours, interactive exhibits, and immersive storytelling. For example, major museums allow visitors to explore collections online. This demonstrates the global shift towards digital museums. While AR and VR offer many benefits, there are also several challenges in implementing these technologies in museums. One major challenge is the high cost. Setting up AR and VR systems requires advanced equipment, software, and infrastructure, which can be expensive for many institutions. Another challenge is the need for skilled professionals. Developing and maintaining these technologies requires expertise in areas like 3D modeling, programming, and digital design. Finally, there is the issue of maintenance and updates. Technology evolves quickly, so systems need regular updates and support to remain effective and relevant. Because of these challenges, not all museums are able to adopt AR and VR at the same level. However, as technology becomes more affordable, these barriers are gradually reducing. Looking ahead, the future of AR and VR in museums is very promising. One key trend is that these technologies are becoming more affordable and accessible, which will allow more museums to adopt them. We can also expect the use of holographic displays, where objects and historical figures can appear in 3D without the need for screens. Another emerging concept is the metaverse, where entire museums may exist in fully virtual spaces that visitors can explore from anywhere in the world. In addition, artificial intelligence will further enhance AR and VR by providing personalized experiences based on user preferences. So, overall, these developments will make museum experiences more immersive, interactive, and widely accessible in the future. AR and VR support sustainable tourism. They reduce overcrowding at heritage sites. They protect fragile environments. They promote eco friendly tourism practices. This ensures long term preservation. To summarize, AR enhances reality while VR creates immersive environments. AR improves engagement and VR supports preservation. So, together, they are shaping the future of museums. Thank you for your attention. AR and VR are transforming museums into interactive learning spaces. They are making history more engaging, accessible, and meaningful. I hope this session has been useful. Thank you.